We continue learning Chovos Halevavos, Hachzer, Musar, Yaimi. We're up to page 167 in the art scroll, Chovos Halevavos. And we're in the middle of learning that there's different ways that bitachon apply to our life in different situations. There's bitachon that when one is around his family and friends, and then there's bitachon when one is all alone. And yesterday we began the bitachon in this first part, that when one is alone and he feels so lost and empty, realize Hashem is with you. We are all really lost on this world. Our neshamas are always lost. And realize that the greatest tzaddikim would choose such a life so they could work on their avodas alikim. So continues Rabbeinu Bechai on page 167 and teaches V'amru lechem ha'perushim. We learn about one of the perushim. Shenichnas leMedina achas. He entered into one Medina. L'hayri says Yeshveh avodas alikim, to teach the community, to teach the people all about Hashem. And they're all wearing one color clothing. Their clothing and their ornaments, very interesting. And he saw that their burial places were near the entrance to their home, a very weird town. And he didn't notice any woman. He asked them, you're wearing one color clothing, you have the same jewelry, and at the door of everyone's house is a big grave. What's going on? And no one has any wives. So they responded, that we were one color. We don't want anyone to know who has more money, who has less. We're all equal. Number two, why not? So that the wealthy person shouldn't become arrogant and become glorified with his wealth. And the ani shouldn't be embarrassed. And that our condition in this world should be like we're going to be in the next world. So the reason why we're living in such a manner is to remind ourselves this is temporary, and we're all working towards Olam Haba. So says Rabbeinu Bechai, we shouldn't think this is so strange, because we find that it says by one of the Malachim that the Melech himself would hang out with the townspeople and no one would know. Because the Melech, the king himself, had such a low and modest level, but so that he would never feel haughty. Continues the townspeople in this story. And why are the graves near the doors to our house? So that we should realize and always be ready to die. Our focus at 24/7 that this world is temporary. Our grave is right there. And with this, we'll prepare ourselves our provisions and for the next world. A singular focus, not on Olam Hazeh, on Olam Haba. The grave is right there. Ashirani, everyone's equal. Says the Chovos Halevavos, and they continued. And now that you see that there's no women and children, you should know. Should know there's another city nearby for our wives, for our children. When one of us needs something, we go to our wife. We do what we need to do, and we return here. Why do we do this? Because we saw when we have such distractions, and great loss, we go to that when we lived with our wife and children, it caused us distractions, it caused us loss, it caused us issues. And you know how we attain serenity. You know, we all are so calm. That we distance ourselves from them. We're living a life of Olam Haba. It's such a high and lofty level, and we're despising this world. And these words were good, were tight in the eyes of the parish, and he blessed them and he encouraged them in their practice. Obviously, this is quite a high and lofty level. But Chovos Halevavos paints us a picture that if at any moment in one's life one finds himself alone, One finds himself without people. Realize, think of this story. Think of this town of incredible people that chose such a life so they could focus that this world is not what it's about. The next world is. And then realize, you know who's right there holding your hand. You're so empty, you're so lost, there's no one there. That's not true. We have the ultimate and utmost bitachon that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is right there holding our hand.